And hello everybody, Crypto Knights here. Doing a video early this morning. I had meant to do one last night, but time kind of got away from me and I just didn't have enough time to get one together before work. So I figured I'd just hook you guys up with one this morning and hopefully I can get one out tonight and get back on schedule. So gotta go through the usual spiel. As you guys know, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I giving you financial advice. This is really just what's going on with my bots and Apex Trader, some news and my thoughts and strategies as I adjust to the craziness that's this market that's just going up and down and left and right. So please make sure you're doing your own research, forming your own opinions and looking into things thoroughly, going from several sources. With that said, if you guys do like these videos, go ahead and give that a thumbs up. And if you want to know when I pop these things out, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. So with that said, I have a lot I want to go over, and I'll try to make it as quick as possible so you guys aren't stuck here sitting in front of the screen. Well, you probably are trading, but listening to me ramble on. I did get a chance to talk with Black, one of the people that are designing Apex Trader. Had a fun conversation with him the other night, and kind of filled me in on some stuff that's coming out. Gave me a homework assignment, which I did, and there's some cool stuff coming out. So I'll pop that out towards the end of the video. And if you guys are wanting to check this out, whatever, feel free to go to the website. The link's down below, and hell, just go to their Discord server. And it seems like I've been hanging out in there a lot the past couple days, and seems to be a lot of positive feedback coming in from the slow but growing community. A lot of people seem to like it, so you can talk. Everyone's there is pretty friendly. I mean, very helpful. I've actually, over the past couple days, have picked up a couple things, and it's been helping me as well start to design my own ideas of tightening up so I can make more of a profit, and opening my eyes up to different strategies that I was kind of iffy about before. It's a great little community. I've been enjoying chatting with everybody and hanging out there. So feel free to check it out. So with that said, there's going to be some fun stuff. I am going to go over triggers today real quick, just so you know how to set those up and where to get them. And there's a couple of things I do want to talk about, but I'm going to save that for another video. So we'll go to the usual CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin dominance has been bouncing between 54.6 and 54.9, which is just really, really high, and makes me kind of itchy on that's a lot of trading going on in Bitcoin and not a lot going on in the alts. So if you are trading in the alts and you're using the bots, just keep an eye. There's a lot of trading going in Bitcoin, so we don't know where it's going to go. Volume, it's for me, 6:42 in the morning. It's really low at 10 billion. So half of that's more than half of that's in Bitcoin. So there's not a lot of trading going on in the alts, which I've been seeing for the past couple hours. Haven't really made that many sales comparatively to the past when things are a bit more hectic. Talk about Bitcoin really quick. It's been trading pretty sideways right now. Just to fill you guys in on what I've been hearing and reading and stuff. There's a couple schools of thought here. Some are saying that we're going to see an upward trend up to maybe between 65 to 67 before it bounces back down, and then from there I'm hearing anywhere between 6,000 to back to 5,800 or even lower potentially. So just keep an eye on that. Make sure that if for me personally, I am going to turn off the buying on my two bots when I go to bed. I let them sell down just in case while I'm asleep, Bitcoin decides to poop all over the floor. And the other things I'm hearing is Bitcoin could just drop. might not even go up, could just go straight down. Either way, it's not going to be a fun time for the altcoin market. As you can see, quickly scrolling down here through Binance, we have some greens, but we also have a lot of reds, and the greens are kind of struggling. So trade with caution. That's, my opinion right now. That's the way I'm going. And then we'll go through how I've been doing. So yesterday, again, was an alright day. Wasn't great. Bitcoin, trading in the Bitcoin market. I would have done alright, but I decided to finally sell, what was it, BNP or something like that. Hang on, let me scroll back down here because I'll be able to tell you. But anyway, there was a coin that BCD had a pump and dump, and during the pump, Apex Trader, the bot, went ahead and grabbed it, and then when it dumped, I was initially thinking about selling it when it hit 5%, but I decided to give it some time, see if it was going to recover, and it went down to 26%. So there was that, and then a little bit before midnight my time, I decided just to clear out all the bots because I really wasn't sure what was going on, and I wanted some time to really rethink my strategy over the next couple days and think about how I wanted to attack it. So I went up going with a overall of a negative 1.18%. That's just the way it goes. I did turn it back on a couple hours ago, so I made one sale. So it's trading's been slow, and then the Ethereum hasn't been too bad today. Yesterday was a mixed bag for me, but I didn't have it on all day. I only had it on for a little bit before I just decided to dump everything and reset. Today's been a much better situation for me. I'm at oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, I was looking at the wrong thing. So yesterday turned out alright. I did hit 0.53%, which was good. And then today I've been doing pretty decent as well. So 20 wins, 0.32%. So hopefully, things might pick up as the day continues, and I can see a positive day. Which I've been playing around with things a lot. I'm trying to find a happy medium between how much I'm putting into each coin and also how many positions I have. So right now, I am going to have a lot of ups and downs. I'm getting kind of closer to that. What I've done is I decided to, with Ethereum, I'm at 0.02 per order. I discovered that you can't really do a 0.01 because then you don't get enough to create a sell. And then on Bitcoin, which was the biggest thing that I've changed, I'm down to 0.003, and then going into my strategies really quick, what I went ahead and did was I changed my percent profit from 1% down to 0.75, and I did that for all the strategies. Again, just looking at Discord, listening to people talk and their successes and the amount of successes that they're having, and asking questions, trying to figure out, what they're doing right versus what I'm not doing right. And the main thing I'm seeing is a lot of people are saying that there's somewhere between 0.7 to like a 0.8. So I'm going to head and switch this down to a 0.75 to see how well that does. And so far today, it's been working out. So hopefully tonight, as long as Bitcoin doesn't again take a dump on the floor, I should hopefully see a good profit day today. So again, thanks to shout out to everyone on Discord for being really helpful and sharing their information. So we'll go back to my bots. Alright, so I want to go into triggers real quick on how to set it up. The first thing you need to do is have a strategy that has been set for a trigger, and most of them will say, and you can get them over in the Strat Center, and it'll say if it's a trigger. So you're going to put that right into the trigger slot. You're going to pick which you want to trade in, whether it's BTC or Ethereum. I set my cooldown for 15 minutes, and you know, from there, because I'm using Venom. So properly set up Venom, you want the cloned version 4.0, the one that says trigger. And then for your strategies on buy signals, you want bullish, and the latest one is 4.3, and then you want your buy and sell enabled. You can enable your panic sell, but I have seen a couple people say that you know, on a sudden jump, it kind of sold when it really didn't need to. And I believe that in his description, he said Venom had put in, or Viper had put in, use the panic sell at your own risk. So keep that in mind if you do enable that. On your sell signal, you want the version 4.3 bearish, and then set up buy enabled and sell enabled. And then for your default, 4.2 sideways, and then buy and sell enabled, and that's it. And then over here is pretty cool. It will tell you, it updates regularly and tells you what you're on, if it's bearish, normal, or bullish. So that's pretty nifty. I do like that. So that's pretty much how you set up a trigger. Also, don't be shy. I know that with what is it, Bonecama, it's a little bit different. You have to use the BTC spike panic sell for your strategy, and then for the rest of your strategies, you just use the Bonecama. And then the proper way to set it up, you know, you can go into the channel on Discord and ask someone, and more than likely you should get an answer pretty quickly. So that's how you set up a trigger. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment, and I will definitely do what I can to help you out. So news real quick. Oops, there we go. Too many windows open here. So the other day on my previous video, I was talking about Goldman Sachs, and in my opinion that it really didn't affect the market that much, although mainstream media seems to think differently. But it was fake news, and that's why, you know, I've said before, you really gotta be careful what you get out of mainstream media. Essentially, and I remember reading this back in June, you know, Goldman Sachs said they were looking into a trading desk. There was no commitment to it, no dates. They were just kind of doing the research. And, you know, for the moment, they're not going to do it, which is, you know, no big deal. But, you know, for some reason it, you know, became a big deal to, you know, people that aren't really part of the community. Now, one of the things that they are saying is that Goldman Sachs is looking maybe not into a trading desk right now, but becoming a custody holder, which wouldn't be bad either. You know, I think either way, it continues to help old wrinkly white people money to get into the cryptocurrency market and feel more comfortable about it, which is really the biggest thing what's holding it back, in my opinion. So some announcements that's coming up with Apex Trader, and these things are pretty cool. So coming out, you know, within the next couple weeks, we're on version 0.09 right now. Version 0.10 is going to be multi-triggers, and they were talking about it earlier this morning in Discord, and it's pretty cool. They have 2 triggers, and they were given an example of what you can do with it, and this is, like I said, I think this is pretty cool. So you set your first trigger, you know, to, you know, whatever parameters you want, where Bitcoin, you know, if Bitcoin drops below a certain price or a certain percentage, then the trigger sets in and it sells all your holdings and turns into Bitcoin. And then you can use it, then you can set up your second trigger, so once the first trigger happens, the second trigger comes into effect, and you can turn around and sell all that Bitcoin and put it into the USDT. That's awesome, because then what happens is, as Bitcoin continues to fall, you're not losing money, you're not losing any positions, and then you have to manually go back in and purchase the Bitcoin or Ethereum, and, you know, so now you just put yourself into more positions with the same amount of money. I'm looking forward to that, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that works, and so kudos. This next one, the one after that they will be coming out with it on version 0.11 is Auto Bag Manager, which at the time I heard people talking about that, but I had no clue what it was. So that was my homework from Black, is I had to look that up. So the only, and he told me where to go to look for it. So PT Defender has this as a $200 option with the PT bot, I guess. So, which I don't know that much about. And if I get anything wrong or anything like that, please feel free to clarify in the comments. This is the first, well, I read it earlier, but this is the first time I've really seen anything like this, and it's pretty cool. And I'll just go through the steps real quick of what it does. So it reads your settings that you inputted, then it validates all your inputted data, gathers the information from the exchange, does its calculations, and then it calculates based upon your parameters the most optimal bag size, places a pending sell order, and this sets aside a large portion of your coins. Next, it waits for Profit Trailer to repurchase the same coin. This is all based on your buy strategies. After repurchase occurs, the defender will rerun calculations to ensure the correct target percentage for the new bag is achieved. And if it needs to buy more coins, then it will immediately place a order on the market to ensure the new bag is valued correctly. And from there, monitors the Profit Trailer for a sale, and it automatically recalculates depending on how the price goes up and down to ensure you're not going to lose any money. Then once the sale occurs, PT Defender will cancel the pending order placed in step 5, recalculate the bag based on the new market conditions, and do so until your desired settings have been achieved. So essentially, if you're stuck in a bad bag, you set up the auto bag manager to how to what you want, and then it'll go through, and it's sort of like a DCA except a lot smarter. And then it'll make sure that as the market starts to recover, then you have enough coins all together in that to balance out anything negative, and either let you cut even or make a profit out of it. And in that end, it's all up to you. Pretty nifty feature. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that works in a way. I mean, because if it's working, if you have to use it, that means the market just took another dump. And then, of course, for your BitMEX lovers, version 0.012, Apex will be trading on BitMEX. So obviously more information to come, and I'll share that with you as I find out more, but that's what's coming up over the next couple weeks from my understanding, and definitely look forward to all that stuff happening. So I don't want to keep you guys up here much longer, but I want to thank you all for tuning in, and good luck on your trading. Just please keep in mind that everything that I'm hearing, things aren't looking good at the moment. Of course, it's Bitcoin, so that could change by the time I stop this video. But as of right now, it's not looking. It looks like the bears are, once again firmly in control. And from what I'm hearing, we're going to see, possibly some more drops. So I'm going to make sure that, if I'm not monitoring the market and monitoring my bots, then the buy is going to be off, and I'll let the bots hopefully clear out any coins I'm currently holding, and then I'll reevaluate things when I wake up. So thank you all for joining me, and feel free to add in anything on the comments. I'm always interested to hear how you guys are doing as well, so throw that in there also. Or if you have any ideas to help me along, or things that work for you, definitely interested in hearing it. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button for me, and I'll see you guys on the next session.